Hi, I'm David the Sheep, and I'm going to tell you about Polyphemus and Odysseus. Every day, I'm woken up by the familiar shriek of a fellow sheep getting eaten alive. The day the little men came, the screaming was especially loud. It was just really loud that day. I think it was Claudia, though, because I remember how she screams. It was sort of long, drawn out, and it fizzled out in the end. It was not long until it came to me that Sheldon, my best friend, had also been eaten that morning. I miss Sheldon. Later on, in the afternoon, while Polyphemus was away, a bunch of little people came into the cave. They were literally Cyclops, but little, plus they had 2 eyes. For some reason, though, they really scared me. They smelled like terror. As they were coming in, there was one in front who seemed to be the leader. They called him Odysseus, I think, or was it Insidious? I can't remember. I miss Sheldon. Anyways, I heard them talking about how apparently the island we live on is barbaric and uncivilized. Apparently, we are not polite. Apparently, we are scary. I got really mad. They can't come here to our island and just judge us. As soon as they entered my cave, the men slowly started taking stuff out of the cave. They took milk and cheese and milk, and then they started to grab me. But then, Dizziness said something, and then they stopped. At this point, I was really angry and confused. I couldn't tell if Amphibious was a good man or not, but they all seemed to look up to him like he was a god or a hero. He did not seem like a hero to me. It does not matter, I said to myself, because Polyphemus will come back soon and kill them. Not long after, Polyphemus came back and killed 2 of them, actually. I don't know why he was so mad, but Polyphemus got really mad and locked us all inside the cave. He was really mad, so I felt really mad. There was just so much chaos and so many loud noises that I got really worked up. I don't know why I was mad, but I was. I had to prove my point, so I ran in circles really fast and then rammed my head against the wall. It did not work. And after the fighting, a bunch of talking happened, and then Odysseus gave Polyphemus a lot of wine. They seem to be getting along really well now, even though they were just fighting. And after a lot of drinking, Polyphemus got really drunk and started to vomit everywhere. It was disgusting, and there were little chunks of meat everywhere. It reminded me of Sheldon. I was tired because of my rampage, so I went to sleep. And I woke up early because I needed to pee. Just as I was finishing my business, I saw old Giddiness driving a flaming tree in Polyphemus's eye. Polyphemus was like, "Oh no," and then he was like, "Oh my God." But here is the weirdest part. Instead of calling for help, he kept saying, "Nobody's attacking me!" What a noble Cyclops. Then, after the men opened the door, Polyphemus asked the so-called hero man who he really was, and the hero turned around and said, "I am oblivious." Polyphemus seemed to realize something about that name that angered him, and by golly, it angered me too. They humiliated my master. God ram it! I don't like Polyphemus much, but it angered me to see him ashamed. Though he would sometimes eat us, he cared for us, and does not seem like quite the powerful Cyclops he used to be. There he was, covered in vomit, blood gushing out of his eye, and trampling around in a blind rage. It was nice to have a little bit of excitement in the cave. I never figured out who that strange man was, and I never figured out how to feel about him either. At times, I'm very angry at him for blinding Polyphemus, and at times, I'm mad at Polyphemus for eating Sheldon.